Welcome back. It's your girl Asia. We're back with another segment of Coach's Corner. This time we have a very extraordinary coach ready to be interviewed by our girl KP. But without further ado, I'm gonna bring on, the one, the only, Kim Possible, KP, Red herself.
What's up? What's up? Happy.
What's up? Hey, hope your holidays are going good, not stressing you out too much. We're gonna get the ball rolling. I'm gonna go ahead and bring on, in Coach Dupree's words, the most winningest coach he's ever met, Coach Chuck. Hey,
What's up,
Hello,
Coach?
hello.
Great.
hello.
Yes.
I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. Enjoy this interview. I'm looking forward to hearing all you guys got to say.
Okay, let's rock and roll.
All right, Coach. Let's get started. Getting the viewers learn a little something about you. Where do you play in high school?
I'm a native of Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I played my high school football at Douglasburg. I was class of '94. I was privileged enough to play under the legendary Coach Bob Paroli, and so that's my high school spiel.
I gotcha. Did you play anywhere in college?
I did. I played at Methodist University from '94 to '97. It was a great experience for me, and I wouldn't change any of that. There's a story behind me going to Methodist. I've never told anybody this story, especially on a podcast, so publicly. But I had signed to go to Livingstone. Was sealed deal, was ready to go. I was a young senior graduating high school. I was 17, hadn't turned 18 yet. And to be quite honest, um, I was a little apprehensive, maybe more than a little apprehensive of, leaving from home, even though Salisbury, North Carolina is still in the state. So the night that I was supposed to, the night of the morning I was supposed to go to leave for Livingstone, uh, in Salisbury. The coach called me and I told him I was going to elect to stay here in Fayetteville and go to Methodist, and that was a big deal was made about that. But being that Methodist was a non-athletic scholarship, you're not allowed to give athletic scholarships in Division III. I didn't have to worry about any issues with the NCAA, and so get the Methodists have a heck of a career, decent academic career. I met my wife, and the rest is history. So Methodist means a great deal to me. Those college days.
You won a few awards though, there, didn't you?
I did. I was let's see, it's preseason All America in 97. I was Hewlett Packard first team All America in '97. I was the team offensive production winner, and offensive MVP. So yeah, I
Just a
had
little,
a just a little something.
little something, something. Okay. Well, after your career at Methodist and meeting your amazing wife, how would you end up at Trinity?
Man, fate. Actually, when I was still in school, my wife's a couple of years older than me, so she graduated 2 years before me, and so she started. She pretty much started her career right out of high school, and she got it. Of course, she started out at Trinity in daycare, and then she started being a full-time teacher around my senior year of college. It was first and second grade. She was combo teaching. Trinity is a daycare, so of course they have after school, and they needed some after school teachers. And I had finished up with football, and um, we all as college students trying to pick up a little extra cash. So he said you should come up there and be an after school teacher for for after school during the week. So I went up there and I met with Miss Mary Mathis, and uh, pretty much the rest is history. There's a lot to go on between uh, then and now, of course, but that was the start of Trinity. I actually started as working in the daycare, technically, for after school students. So now here we go, about 23 years later, man. A lot has gone on at Trinity, and I've been involved in, and very, very blessed for all of it. I really am.
You started the athletic program there, didn't you?
Well, with Coach Heath, Trinity it's family oriented. Pastor Dennis Van Deventer, his wife, Miss Linda Van Deventer, and Coach Heath Van Deventer. Their son. You know, they started Trinity way back first in daycare. I think it was 1991. And that was funny about, and that's when I actually started getting into coaching. I was in my after school class. Uh, Coach Heath comes down to Breezeway. I remember it like it was yesterday. Now, mind you, I'm still in for a semester, graduating. I'm not thinking about graduating from college. I'm not thinking about coaching any football. And he comes up and he's like, "Hey, man, he had heard about me through Julia, and he came and introduced himself, and we're talking. He was like, "Man, I'm going to start a football program. Dad and I are going to start a football program. I'd like for you to help." And I was like, I thought to myself, man, I thought that would be pretty cool. I figured that I would I would eventually get into coaching at some point, but I didn't know it would be that early. This was 1999, actually. And so we put the JV team, actually 98, because we played our first JV season in 99. So the proposal and all this interaction happened in 98. And then boom, in 99, we getting ready for our first 8-man JV football season. And that's what started Trinity Athletics off.
Oh my goodness. Man. So what's happened since then? I know you're the head football coach. Like, how many championships have you won? And brag about yourself a little bit there.
I don't do a very good job of bragging on myself, but a lot has happened between football and basketball. But yes, I'm the head football coach. I've been coaching football there, like I said, since its inception in '99, and helping Coach Heath out. I was running the offense all the way up to around 2006. I decided to take over there in 2007 as the head coach, and so since that time, let's see, in 2007 we went 3 straight years, undefeated seasons, won 3 state championships. I think we won a total of, it was a record at the time, I want to say 42 straight games during that span. And I'm young in the game, and Coach Tubbs has been with me throughout this whole stint, this whole football career. And, we're young, and we didn't realize how big of a deal that was until, and we still don't, because when you're in the midst of still doing what we do and trying to do God's work and trying to work with God through these families and kids, you don't have time to really reflect. You just have time to push forward and try to help with more and more goals and complete more and more tasks and things of that nature. But that was an incredible run. And then in 2000, we moved from 11-man. We dominated heavily there in 8-man, and then so we decided, even though we were a small private school, that we wanted to move to 11-man. We get on the big stage, and we've already started having a lot of success with college basketball scholarships and basketball, and when we knew it's a whole different dynamic with football, but we wanted to be able to move football forward as well, and be able to win athletic monies through football as well. And so we knew that that we had to, quote unquote, get on the big stage and make sure we moved to 11-man and start playing really good teams, despite how small we are. And we took that step of faith there in 2010, moved to 11-man. Our first year of 11-man, we went 6-4. Then the very next year, we actually made it to the state championship, fell short there in Charlotte. And then kind of the rest is history. And then this last season, with 2019, we ended up capturing our first 11-man state title. Giving us four titles 4 state championships in football overall. And so, like I said, and when you do stop for a minute in the midst of pushing forward, it's been incredible. That's how I know this is not me. It's nothing how great of a coach I am or smart I am. I'm very blessed. I've been given a gift, and I'm just trying not to. I'm just trying not to mess it up. I'm trying to share as much as I can. I've had my background was different coming up. Didn't have dad at home, and so I get it. I get the importance of what we do through sports. Um, all of the championships and all the wins, all that's great, but the relationship and the family, the family bonds and relationships that we built, that's what it's all about. I got a cue here. Like I said, I'm not used to bragging on myself. I guess in the midst of those championships, I was also honored. I've been coach of the year uh, 5 times as well.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
I appreciate that. That's just I'm able to get that honor or that title, whatnot. But like I said, my right hand man, Coach Tubbs, he's as much involved and has to do with anything that we've done as anybody. And so, like I said, people ask for a number. Coach Heath has a number. Some people ask for a number of the number of kids that we have that we assisted playing sports or getting scholarships. We do, we did do a couple years ago, and it may be more now. But I know it's been like for basketball since 2002. It's been like 70 scholarships, full athletic scholarships come through for basketball. Football has not been that many, but I want to say somewhere around 35, probably more. Like I said, this was a couple years ago. And so when you look at and Mr. Patrick Dupree, he's been there and has witnessed a lot of this success out of little old Trinity, the former strip mall. And so, to say that it's been, fascinating, fascinating would be a good way to describe it. So a lot has come out and a lot of blessings, a lot of, productivity has come out of there over 37-27. We're really proud of what we do at Trinity.
Coach, that is amazing. You are truly doing God's work. That is God's work.
I appreciate that.
So, with all that, how has this pandemic affected football and basketball wise with having to be so compact and the rules? Like, how's the experience been with that?
Well, we got our first taste, of course, jumping through the hula hoops in football. We definitely, again, wanted to move in faith, and it was back and forth throughout the whole spring whether we were going to be able to have football or not. And we play up under the NCISAA, North Carolina Independent Schools Athletic Association. So we were always in line to have our fall sports, and it was up and down as far as football. Football was that was the big deal as far as trying to decide if we were going to try to do it or not. But try to make a long story short, we did get going with football around the middle of September when we was able to start practice. I've been doing this 20 plus years. This past football season and now in basketball has been one of the most challenging times of my coaching career. Of course, because you find out real quick that the X's and O's and getting kids, building the intangibles and the tangibles and the toughness and all of that good stuff. That's one thing that you thought could be challenging. Now you find out whenever you try to have a season in the midst of a worldwide pandemic, and safety has to be your number one object. Stress level is out of this world, and I didn't know I don't know I didn't know it was going to be like that. I knew that we would have to have certain protocols every single day and stay on top of everything. But until really try to navigate through an entire season, through a pandemic, you really, it's hard to explain to people, how tough it is, because like I said, at the end of the day, your number one um, object or motivation is to make sure you keep the health of your kids. And we were able to do that. It's just a blessing from God, that we don't mean we followed our protocol every day and all of that. But as you see from when you look at the numbers of cases now and in September, they've done nothing but have risen. And so, but we didn't have any cases or anything like that through football season, and it was it was amazing because it really is inevitable whenever you're playing sports during a time like this. And so it was many adjectives. Like I said, stressful, stressful was the first one. The main it was the main thing for me. But I'm still grateful, and I think that we still need it. I'm grateful that we didn't really have the type of season that we're used to having or would have wanted to have record wise. But we still very grateful that we were able to have a season, especially for my graduating seniors of 21. And as you see, a lot of kids, Fayetteville is still pretty much considered as a football town, and that you have a lot of kids that haven't been able to still touch the field yet, and so we don't take that for granted. And so we feel very grateful for that. And as far as basketball, it's just the same thing. I just try to prepare the basketball coaches, although Coach Tubbs was with me during football, of what's to come ahead as far as the stress. You're going to find out that your X's and O's and your strategy it's going to be ancillary. It's going to be ancillary to what's really important, and you accept that because you know that you're playing in a pandemic, and our responsibility first, the safety of those kids. So it's real tricky. There's another. It was tricky in football, and it's even more tricky now because, like I said, the numbers are worse than they were during our fall football season.
Absolutely. I mean, you've won championships. Which one do you think is more satisfying, winning a championship, football or basketball?
Well, personally for me, it'd be football.
Mm-hmm.
Not to take anything away from basketball because basketball is my heart too, but football gets its nudge, and this is just my personal opinion. It's so hard to win. Not that it's not hard to win a game in basketball, but it's so hard to win one game in football. You have those games because so many moving pieces. There's so many components to the game. There's so many phases to the game. Offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball, special teams. And as a head football coach, you have to be on top of your game and all phases, no matter who your coordinators are or whatever. Everything goes through your vision. So it's hard. The preparation is so much more time consuming and football, and to win one game, even those games that you rout a team, you win, I don't know, 50 to 14. It may look easy, but a lot of people don't see the preparation, the time, the effort that's put in through the week, to go out there and get that win. And then when you talk championships and winning streaks and things of that nature, it gets even more tough. But it's kind of an unfair question in my opinion, because like I said, basketball is very dear to me, and I'm not going to, like, as far as which one I would rather do. Even though you didn't ask that question, that's something I would stay away from, because it's the reason why I'm doing any of it is because of what I'm able to ultimately do and the relationship I'm able to build, with these kids, and helping them grow in many areas, whether it be on the court, field, on the track, whatever. But fundamentally, football is tougher for me.
I know y'all are tough there. I went to Village Christian.
Okay. That's
Yes.
where I remember you from.
Say what?
That's where I remember you from. I know you look familiar to me.
Say
I
what?
know it's yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I remember Village has a pretty good football team now. Back when I was there, they weren't so hot, but y'all made it look very easy. Y'all definitely have some dogs out there on that field. I respect it greatly.
It's a good point you said. Had some dogs. Sometimes coaches get more credit than they should. I may I may get in trouble for saying this, but you got to have players too, and whether you develop them or you have players that are naturally good, but the greatest part about all this as well, as far as on the field production on the court, is the development part of it. We take great pride in developing, and when I mean develop, I mean football is pretty much all year. Even though I do basketball, my coaches will be getting geared up to get the guys back in the weight room and get back on the field for skill development and things of that nature. So that whole grind is just incredible. And even that same grind I go through in basketball too. I see it both ways. It's just it's a little different. It's a little different whenever you're grinding it out. No, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying, people put their heart, you know, uh, put their heart out into their training for basketball or any other sport as well. But it's a little different when you're training in a gym, climate control, and then 100-degree index weather in football. That changes the game up a little bit.
Any motivational movie you see really gets you out there, like, I'm going to do this right now. It's always those football movies because you see them in the sand, you see them in the grass with the cleats, and they're just going hard. Something about the motivation factor, so I completely understood why you chose that.
Right. So yeah, I get it. Remember the Titans. That's like the best depiction of what really goes on. And then some of these, because I'm real picky when it comes to football movies. I'm like, no, they're not real enough. They're not being authentic enough. That's how it really is. But Remember the Titans was right on time, and I was very impressed. And I still watch that to this day because that was a very very well done movie.
Well, speaking about like just the dog personality, what is like? How would you describe the perfect dog mentality out there on the field or the court?
Well, it's kind of like, on the field, we'll first speak on the field. I mean, I just think, you know, and I'm gonna call it what it is. When it comes to football, you have to have a gladiator type mentality. Um, it's a collision sport. I don't like when people use the term that it's a contact sport because no, it's not a contact sport. You have to call it what it is because it's very dangerous, and you have to prepare for the danger of of football. So 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 as far as as far as football goes, it's the nature of it and the danger of it, and get prepared for it. Getting your body and your mind prepared for it is like no other. And so you have to have that mentality when you take the field. You have to have the mentality in football. Um, I'm going to seek and destroy. I'm going to hit before I get hit. You want to be in attack mode. And so that's not for somebody that's passive on the field of play. And it could be very tricky. The most effective and successful football players, of course, yeah, they're big, strong, tough, fast. I get it. But what usually sets football players apart from what we like to call from the men and boys are the ones that totally feel like that they'll run through anything and everything that gets between the lines on the field. So that's a mentality there. In basketball, it's more of those type deal. To me, in preparation for it's confidence. Of course, confidence is confident. I mean, of course, confidence is important in anything that you do, in any sport that you do. But in basketball, being on that open court, it's different. Everybody can, see your face and stuff. You can just kind of go into another um for lack of a better word, you could be somebody else in football. Matter of fact, I encourage the guys to have that alter ego. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm Superman out here. I can run through everything, whatever the case may be. Or, I'm the Hulk. I'm gobbling everybody. Things of that nature. It's different in basketball. Everybody's can see you. Everybody can see every mistake very vividly. So it's a more yeah, I got to give basketball this credit. When you're talking about the mental approach to, especially during game day, it has its own challenges, and it's not to say that it's anything less than football. Because I would imagine, you in the gym and however many hundreds of people, and it's a big rivalry basketball game. And a lot of times in big games like that, I mean, you have one shot. You know what I mean? When I mean, no pun intended, but to produce in that type atmosphere and show that the game is not too big for you and all of that, and block out all the noise, see your shot go in, run a plethora of sets and plays and things of that nature. So the mental preparation, I can't say that, if it's done the right way, for how athletes should be, mental preparation part is, they're kind of parallel. They're different in their own respect, but, it's really as far as what it takes to get mentally prepared between the two, since I'm speaking mentally, it's the same thing, because basketball can be brutal, man. I mean, fans and can be brutal, you know that. So,
You have to have like tunnel vision almost, especially Trinity and Village games. Those games, you had to get there very early if you wanted a seat, no matter what. And you just had to go into tunnel vision, like you couldn't
right.
everyone around you. There's definitely different preparation, but confidence, absolutely. Like I played for East Tennessee, and like the different level, like confidence wise, plays such a huge role in basketball. Because like
Right.
we see our face, you see everything. We don't have like a mask to throw over us. Like there is no mask. Like we are ourselves, and we have to, play the game,
Yeah.
stay poised, and
Right. That's right. That's
yeah.
right. That says a lot, and that's not easy to do. That's not easy to do, and a lot of people don't realize that. And that's why I commend. You always talk about athletes looking up to mentors, to their coaches. I've been in several situations. That's what's so cool about this, where I've been in situations where I've looked up to my kids. You know what I mean? I've looked up to them, for performing on that big stage. So I'm like, man, I've never did anything like this or performed like this as an athlete on this stage. And here I am having an opportunity to, kind of live vicariously through you and see you do it and help you get through it. That's one of the most, that's one of the greatest feelings in the world to me, is being able to actually look up at my kids sometimes. And I don't know if people understand what I'm saying with that, but that's happened to me quite a few times, man, and it's awesome, because what you ask them to do, and like you were speaking of, and in particular environments, and then you still persevere and you still succeed, accomplish the goal, the task. That's that life stuff right there. That when whatever you're in that corporate interview, or you're that person that's done it for the same promotion as you. That stuff comes out of you then as well, and so.
Yep.
That's the dope stuff there. That's where you just you just can't beat that.
Absolutely. All right, we have one last question of this interview, and it's rapid fire. Are you ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Rapid fire. You ready? Super
Ready.
salad.
So I'm sorry, you went out.
Super salad.
Salad.
Chess or checkers?
Checkers.
Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
Earth, Wind, and Fire or Frankie Beverly and the Maze?
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Sneakers or dress shoes?
Sneakers all day.
Movie, comedy, or action?
Comedy, comedy, comedy.
R&B or hip hop?
Ooh, it's kind of like both, but we'll say R&B.
All right, you ready for this one? Basketball.
Okay. I knew you were going to do that.
With
Football with a slight edge.
a slight edge. Okay. And one last question. If you had 5 songs on your workout playlist, what would the 5 songs be?
Oh, no. Do you know how many workout songs I have on my playlist? Okay, well, listen. Okay, the artists of songs, because I'm a big Nas fan. I'd have see, you're gonna embarrass me, because R&B gets me kind of motivated in the gym. So Anita Baker,
Okay.
Capture Love. Who else is on there? Kanye West, Jesus Walks. I gotta have Jesus Walks. And Junior Senior.
Okay.
You know anything about that? Junior Senior. It's like I shocked you a little bit.
I got you. I got you. I'm impressed.
Okay.
All right, Coach. Well, it's been an awesome interview. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your holidays. I know family time is very important right now. I really appreciate you coming on 2-6 Mix to support us and get our name out there. We really do appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime. I enjoy doing this. You guys are doing an excellent job. You did an excellent job. You really did. This is very well organized. Hats off to you guys, and especially you, Mr. Dupree. And then anything I can do to help, all you guys have to do is reach out. I'm very humble, and I appreciate you guys want to talk and hang out with me for a little bit.
Thank you so much, Coach.
All right. Thank you, guys.